कि भाई स्टूडेंट ऑफ द ईयर वाली लाइफ जीनी है मुझे। माय फ्रेंड से कि मैं डमरू बजा रहा हूँ जब मैं बाय करता हूँ। Yo guys, today video is going to be about my college life expectation versus reality and my freshers party, a long ass yap. So, and of course my first storytelling experience. So make sure to stay tuned, stick around, give time, let it build, let me go. Actually, this video was going to be unscripted as my previous video was, but this contains an incident, a journey, a story. I'll be just giving you a brief overview of how my college is, then I'll narrate the freshers party. So, after that traumatic JE phase, I entered in this college, which is not very good, maybe a bit bad, but I was glad that that depressing phase between boards and college is now cut. So I entered in my college. I was in pure prolepsis कि भाई स्टूडेंट ऑफ द ईयर वाली लाइफ जीनी है मुझे और मैं सिद्धार्थ मल्होत्रा बनूंगा क्योंकि मेरी हाइट भी अच्छी है, which was all facade. So when I entered in my college, the big campus wasn't there. The modular labs were quite there, but not as much as I expected them to be. The modular canteen, nah. And the professors were obsessed with attendance and assignments more than the skills and the tech. So that is how an average college looks like. So let's skip the academics part and move to the fun activities. It was 18th of October when there was my freshers party. And I was so invested that कि भाई अब तो मेन कैरेक्टर वाली परफॉर्मेंस देनी है मेरे को no matter what. And that was not my bubble, that was my manifestation from my school life. I was leaned towards modeling and ramp, but I never got chance to do it or never actually gathered the confidence to do it. I just don't know. So then one day before of that party, I thought कि मैं डांस भी करता हूँ 300 बच्चों को मॉक कर दूंगा अगर मैंने ऋतिक रोशन वाला डांस पुल ऑफ कर दिया तो, बट just before that I gave up. तो नहीं हो पाया मुझसे. I entered in my college in my perm fit and the coat was of my dad already. So when I was entering, I could see the aura overflowing in me. I was late, Priya. So I was supposed to pick my friends and then go to college, but they booked their own cab and I went solo. I was in cab, full main character vibes, and I stepped into the college. I was so in confidence. मतलब मेरा confidence was at this level because new clothes give you confidence and a three-piece suit gives you bombastic confidence. तो भाई मैं एंटर करता हूँ कॉलेज में. I see few of my friends there and they were like, ओ भाई तू तो जीत गया. मैंने कभी मत बोलो, कभी मत बोलो. ठीक है. They saw me and they just predicted कि भाई तू जीत सकता है. हाँ मैंने कहा ठीक है. तो भाई we went to auditorium. Actually not inside the auditorium but the outside area. So there was practice going on and boys were practicing ramps. All were in courts and so I was. I was pretty confident that I am going to mog. But जो वहाँ पे भीड़ थी वो काफी cluttered थी, ठीक है. And I was overwhelmed to see my friends there. Of course, they were looking very good. Then we were just practicing, all right, the formations and everything. The senior, which was helping us to perform our formations and everything, was there, and I went to her कि दीदी सोलो वॉक कब होगी. उसने कहा सोलो तो भाई अभी तक कुछ हुआ नहीं है, and I'll see कि if there is a room for solo walks because judgment तो solo walk पर ही होनी है. So I requested her कि please उसकी practice पहले करवा दो and assign the numbers to each of us and so that it will be easier for. Of course, it is a protocol and they were to do it too, but they might have forgotten, so I just reminded them. Then I was assigned the numbers and I was number 3. Yeah. I practiced my solo walk. All the boys practiced their solo walk. And in the meantime, my friends were doing their dance performances, which was really, really good. And I genuinely wanted to see them. But the participants weren't allowed to go inside until it is their turn. I was like, गलत ही participate कर लिया भाई मेरे को देखना है अपने दोस्त को so I genuinely wanted to see my friend so थोड़ी सी पीक लेके दरवाजे पे से मैंने देख ली performance ठीक है after seeing all of my friends performances the senior came out and shouted कि भाई तुम्हारी बारी आ गई तो we were quite nervous and so I was of course it was my first time on a ramp in my head of course I have done many ramps and modeling but IRL it was the first one so we just went back on the backstage. The boys were unserious and I was quite nervous and then the formations were done. Okay, number 1 went, number 2 went. It was my turn then. My turn came. I walked. I had this thing in my head: keep don't move your head, keep your head straight and walk like that. Of course, we both know how models walk. All right. I walked. My pace was a bit more than it should have been, and I hardly took 15 seconds to pose, okay, which was supposed to be like a minute. So I thought I ruined it, but my friends were shouting like that, oh bhai, tu jeet gaya, तूने बहुत अच्छा करा ये वो. But I was not very much satisfied with what I have done. Alright, so we went to backstage. And while we were at backstage, the announcement was made that you can go to sit in the seats. The female candidates are to perform their ramps. So I went and sat between my friends. Their ramp also went very well, and there was a little bit of jitter between them. So yeah, never mind. Then the judges told everyone to sit down and wait for their number to be announced if it is to be announced. Many numbers were announced, like there were 9 or 8 people who were shortlisted for the question rounds. Alright. To be Mr. Fresher or Miss Fresher, the question rounds are important. So I was surprisingly among them. I went backstage, alright. Then all those 9 people came forward and stood there for the question rounds. The judges, which were our professors only, few questions. The first question was, what do you prefer or choose between these 3? I forgot the third one, but the 2 was love and peace, and I don't know the third one was money or affection. I don't actually remember. And the second question was, how do you handle stress and pressure? It was my type of question. So, very diplomatically, I said both of them. The first answer to the first question was, I chose love, not romantically, but more diplomatically and philosophically. So, I chose it because it contains peace in it, trust in it, and of course, without affection, love is not there. It is not only with the opposite gender, it can also be with the relationship we have and with our friends, with our parents, and I just yapped about it like that. Then the second question came, and many people were fumbling among the first question, were able to answer the second one very nicely. So I needed to give a good one to that. So I just threw a few philosophical lines in the answer of the second question. So the second question was, how do you manage stress and pressure? I was very lean to answer it, patiently wait for my turn. Then जैसे ही मेरे को माइक मिला, I said, for me, love brings both peace and happiness, and it is the wisest choice of peace. I find the things which are bothering me, be it stressful or be it the things which give me pressure. The judges were leaned to listen to me now. Then I said, I read it somewhere that if you are able to write your problem down, you are halfway there to solve it. Judges were more lean towards me now. And then I forgot the word execute and I fumbled a bit, but still I was good enough. So I answered both of them like that. Then we all were sent to the backstage for the judges to make the judgment, and the name of Miss and Mr. Fresher will be called out shortly, they said. When we were at the backstage, there was a faint susurrus among the auditorium. For real. तो भाई हम लोग बैकस्टेज पे थे, ठीक है. I had number 3. I was standing कि भाई I just gave my best. अब I don't care whatever the heck happens. I just don't care. जीत गया नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं. I made peace with it, like even if I didn't win तो भी कोई बात नहीं. I just gave it all. तो भाई names were being announced. First was to be Mr. Fresher. मैंने कुछ नहीं सुना, सच में कुछ नहीं सुना था मैंने, ठीक है. तो that senior दीदी came running towards us and said, who is number 3? तो मैंने वो भी नहीं सुना. उन्होंने मेरा हाथ पकड़ा ऐसे and just pushed me on the stage कि भाई तू नंबर 3 है, तू जीत गया. मैंने कहा है, मैं स्टेज पे खड़े होकर पीछे देख रहा हूँ. तो I won, ठीक है. I won and I was not able to believe it. I stood there thinking, did I won? हाँ. पीछे से मेरे दोस्त चला रहे हैं, वो भाई तू जीत गया, ये वो. सामने देख रहा हूँ मेरे दोस्त मेरे को फ्लाइंग किस दे रहे हैं. और मेरी ऐसी रुकी, ठीक है. I was overwhelmed, ठीक है, because of that feeling. और जब मैं खड़ा हुआ था जीतने के बाद, I won't even say for a few minutes, it was for a few seconds that it felt like an apotheosis of everything that I had imagined that morning. I was like, सच में जीत गया क्या? Okay, so professors and dean came and honored me with that banner, which banner was very cheap quality. And Miss Fresher was a random girl, I didn't know her. Of course, I wanted my friend to stand beside me being Miss Fresher, but yeah, not everything go as we planned. So then we just came out of that auditorium. That clapping was ephemeral. Then मैं बाहर आया, ठीक है, my friends hugged me and I was very happy. I was glad. I just could not express my emotions through words. I was just smiling and giggling all over. Then there was supposed to be a party, but as I mentioned in the beginning of that video, my college is an average or a below average one. तो कुछ भी नहीं था, वो डीजे खराब हो गया, ठीक है. वो डीजे खराब हो गया, स्पीकर फट गया. जो प्रोफेसर मुझसे सबसे ज्यादा जलता था वो आके मुझे बोलता, बेटा तुम जीत तो गए बट डीजे खराब हो गया, घर जाओ. मैं क्या करूं, मुझे वैसे भी नाचना नहीं था, ठीक है. आई एम वेरी शाय टू डांस एनीवेयर. सो माय फ्रेंड्स वर jumping around, clicking pictures with me. Professors भी मेरे साथ आके फोटो खिंचा रहे थे. डीन तो नहीं दिखा मेरे को. डीन ने तो स्टेज पर ही खिंचवाई थी. हाँ, डीन ने ऐसे बाहर नहीं मिला, वो घूम नहीं रहा था. तो then Mr. Fresher was standing and मेरा दोस्त आता है, व्लॉग बनाता था, तो उसने थोड़ा सा वीडियो में ले लिया मेरे को. Then क्या होता है, that day was before Diwali and धनतेरस के एक दिन पहले का दिन था वो शायद से. It was 18th of October. बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक एंड एवरीथिंग वाज देयर. तो वी वर सपोज्ड टू गो टू होम बाय कैब, बट बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक था तो आ ही नहीं रही थी कैब. देन मी एंड माय फ्रेंड्स थॉट कि मेट्रो से चलते हैं, ठीक है. दैट इवनिंग फेल्ट सो ड्रीमी एंड अनरियलिस्टिक, आई जस्ट कांट टेल यू. इमेजिन wearing a 10 on 10 felt and traveling in public transport while everyone is watching you. Not only me, but my friends were there too, and it made it a lot better. I came home. I was I was on top of the sky. My joy knew no bound. And at that night, I laid down. I felt the duality because all of the things that happened that evening and in that day weren't going to last even for a day. Maybe एक दिन के लिए चल जाए, एक दिन के लिए लोग बोलने कि हाँ you won, but at last it will only be me remembering those memories and a very good, maybe some very good friends of mine who genuinely cared about me. Remember that day, but not everyone is going to be remembering me as the Mr. Fresher. Of course, I am one, but still, some were jealous, some were very happy for me, and some wanted to stand beside me, but that was destiny. It was not to be mentioned as a roller coaster journey, but it was not lesser than one also. The college life I had expected is no similar to the one I am living right now. But as my first semester just got over, I found many things in myself which I didn't there were. And of course, emotionally, mentally, I grew a lot. So yeah, this was all for today's video. Maybe अगली बार के लिए कोई interesting topic मिलेगा or you can also comment down. I'll narrate. Of course, this was my first storytelling experience. You can also mention ki how was it. So bye bye. We'll see ya. My friend say कि मैं डमरू बजा रहा हूँ जब मैं बाय करता